Today's sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Chicago Bears.
Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff for Chicago.
2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a draw play for Gurley. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons.
10 at the 47-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Ryan's pass taken in by Ridley. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now Ryan on 1st down. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Russell Gage, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Falcons 7, Bears nothing.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is the receiver turned running back, Cordero Patterson. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 33 and a first.
A gain of 33.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago.
And the Bears first down.
On first down, Patterson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
For the first time with Tariq Cohen. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
3rd down.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Takk McKinley made his way into the backfield.
And it's 4th down.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
7.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the first down.
At the 47-yard.
There's a run there by Todd Gurley, and we all know he's looking to rebound from the least productive season of his career. And I think Atlanta presents him a great opportunity to do just that. They'll use him really well running it as well as catching it out of the backfield.
The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a handoff for Gurley. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
He was taken down by Kyle Fuller.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
First quarter with the score Falcons 7, Bears 0.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 23. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the Bears' 24-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan, and they'll set up the screen to Gurley. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. By kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
On the return, the Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Check 59, Mike, 58. Mike to 59. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Hey, watch this, watch this. 49. Hey, check. Check 26, check 26. Gun. Crunch.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 29. 7 yards there and a first down.
And here's a catch by Todd Gurley, and that has to remind us that's exactly what we've seen in him throughout his career when he's at his best. He can run it. He can catch it. He led the league in total yards from scrimmage in 2017 with nearly 3,000. Todd Gurley, when he's on point, is quite a weapon for the Atlanta Falcons.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Todd Gurley, the ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Second down and 8.
Here we go. Hey, South. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Get him. Check.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Brings up second and goal at the 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Here's Gurley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
He was
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Check, 59. Here we go, D. It's just me and you. 51. It's just me and you. Mike 5'9". Here we go.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really be demoralizing.
On first and goal, Gurley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
at the 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Gurley. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Todd Gurley as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Jamonte Casey on the coverage.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Grady Jarrett on the tackle there. Remember how he emerged in the Super Bowl against New England? Continues to step his play up. Was a Pro Bowler for the first time after 2019.
On second down, Trubisky. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Patterson on the carry. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
For Allen Robinson.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
On 3rd down, It's Patterson, and he'll go down at the 28. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
2nd and 6.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Again, they run with Gurley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42. A gain there of 21 yards.
42-yard line.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They run. It's Gurley. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Gurley, the ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Play action. It's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 23. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Gurley. And he stopped immediately there.
Gurley on the carry.
Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Jackson brought him down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. 59, Mike. 59, Mike. Check, 59. Wait. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Let's go.
On second down, Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of
My next teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Here's Ryan. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is out of bounds here. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
58, boys, 58, Mike. Hey, watch the slant.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure, this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Bears take over 1st and 10. At their own 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
It's a gain of
an excellent pickup of 20 yards. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Ball carrier.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Trubisky. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Going, it's caught at the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
To Anthony Miller.
Anthony Miller, 44 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead. It's up, it's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10.
Falcons 20, Bears 10. Eddie Pinheiro to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's get it. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Loss of 2 yards.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And that will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
17 yards.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by DeMonte Casey, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Bears' 27-yard line.
Ready, Blue 80. Blue 80. Check 59. That's the run. That's the run. That's the run. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. We want this.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Today's final
Charles,
score.
I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Falcons, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.